Welcome to the Millionaire Race Podcast, the show where we empower you to maximize your potential and better your financial standing. Why? So that collectively we can solve most of the socio-economic problems that face the African American demographic today. My name is Toxio Gunyemi, and as always, I'm really happy to have you on the show with us. We've got another great episode today, but before I start, I'd like to send out my thanks to all of you who have subscribed to the show, who have liked the show. We are gaining ground, and if you haven't done that already, please do so. Your support is greatly appreciated and goes a long way in helping our podcast reach more and more people. As many of you have expressed how much you like the show, please make sure you introduce the show to someone. If every one of us introduces it to just one other person, we'll quickly double and triple the number of people who get to hear the message and spread it forward for us. Don't forget that if you'd like to reach us, you can shoot us an email at toxy@themillrace.com. That's Toxy, Toksy, at themillrace, THEMILRACE.com. Drop us a line on any comments that you have, any questions that you have, anything you'd like us to share or to dig a little deeper into on the show, and we'll be happy to take up those requests on future episodes. Again, that email address is toxy@themillrace.com. African Americans make up 12% of the U.S. population, but only control 2% of the wealth. As you know, I usually start off the show with that statement. That's because I don't want us to forget it. It's a statement that I hope will become obsolete over time, that 2% number will go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8%, till at least it gets to 12%. If we make up 12% of the population, we should control 12% of the wealth. That's my belief. There are many reasons why we are just at the 2% level when we talk about wealth in the African American community. And we've talked about that on previous shows. And of course, that's our main theme that we talk about all the time. But our solution, because we don't want to just talk about problems, our solution has been that each African American household should attain a net worth of $1 million or more. There are 19 million African American households as of the last census that was taken. And of those households, only 350,000 of them could boast of a net worth of $1 million or more. That's the number we need to change. And we need to do that as individuals. I need to do that. You need to do that. If we all do it individually, then collectively, that number will grow. And it will change the way or change the branding that the African American has in the United States today. $1 million sounds like a large number, and it is, but it is an attainable number. If we handle our finances correctly, with the resources and the opportunities that have been laid before us today, it is something that we can do with careful planning, with patience, with forethought. We can get there, and that's what this show is about. There are many financial shows out there that teach you how to handle finances, but this particular one is geared directly towards the African American situation because there are some slight differences on how we are able to have access to money and how to handle it. So we try to focus on the African American demographic in particular so that we cover any gaps or loopholes that stop the African American from attaining significant wealth. In that vein, we came up with what we call the 531 method for financial success. 5 things that you need to be doing right away with your finances, wherever you are, the 5 things you need to start, the foundational items as we call them. And once those are in place, then you move to the 3 growth items to help grow and continue your progress in the millionaire race. And then, of course, you have the 1 item that covers everything. Now, over the last few weeks, we've gone over the 5 foundational items. We've taken 1 item at a time. Just a brief explanation of each one. We will delve deeper into all the different categories in future episodes, but we've taken 1 episode each to touch and explain what each item is and why it's important. So in previous episodes, we covered the 5 foundational items already, and we've covered 2 of the 3 growth items. Last week, we covered the 2nd item in the growth section, and today we'll be talking on the 3rd item in the 531 method. So the 3rd item in the growth section is what we'll be discussing today. I highly encourage you, if you haven't heard the previous episodes, because they all do kind of build upon each other, please go back and listen to, they're titled and labeled easily, the 531 Method for Financial Success, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Please go ahead and listen to them. They're not very long. I did that intentionally so that you can easily listen to them. They're all like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, but it's just to make sure that we're all on the same page with each of the items in the series. And again, if you have any questions on any of the previous series, please don't hesitate to ask. What we're going to talk about today, similar to last week's topic, is not one that you would usually find in a financial series. But again, the 531 Method for Financial Success is geared towards the African American position in this country today. And in order to attain our financial goals, there are some other items that we need to add in there to help us out. You see, a lot of the feedback that I received before this podcast and during the time that this podcast has been on the air has been, I've never heard this type of information before, or I never had anyone pass down any financial knowledge to me. My parents didn't pass it down, or I didn't have any parents to pass it down. My uncles and aunts didn't pass it down. So I'm having to learn all these things afresh. That is the story from most people. Most of us have had to learn how to navigate the financial system in our own way. And that has created a lot of challenges. Because if you don't know how to handle the system, you'll probably try to copy from the closest person that you have who might appear to be able to handle the system, but they might be doing the wrong thing. And then you copy them and you perpetuate that wrong way of doing things. The knowledge of handling finances in this country has not been passed down appropriately as it should in the African American community. And if we don't have the knowledge, passing it down is going to be difficult. So one of the things that makes this podcast important is that it stands as a repository of knowledge. Anyone, especially any African American, can always go back and listen to the multiple episodes that we have here and learn, at least get a basic understanding of what they need in order to succeed in the financial system here today. And as we learn and succeed, we then go into what I want to talk about today, which is mentoring. As African Americans, we need to be mentored and we also need to mentor, both at the same time. As you're learning, in order to learn, you should have a mentor who will help guide you along the way to learn more and learn the right things. And while you're learning and growing, because there's such a lack of information in our community, you need to mentor as well. You need to pass on what you've been learning. That's the only way we can collectively grow together and grow to a number that can make a significant impact to us as African Americans together. You need to have a mentor and you need to mentor. Now, what's a mentor? A mentor is just simply a trusted, experienced individual who provides guidance and support. Now, you need a mentor for not just finances, but we're talking about finances. So we're talking about someone who understands finances, knows how to handle their money, someone you want to learn from. So you want to be able to find such a person, learn from such a person. And as you're learning and growing, you want to help somebody else who's coming along behind you. See, there are different levels to this thing. Let's say there's levels 1 through 100. You might be on level 20, and there might be someone that you meet who's on level 60. Yes, you have steps to climb to get to level 60. So you can learn from that person, as I'm sure they're trying to learn. You could climb to level 100. But while you're climbing up, there's someone on level 2, level 5. You can help them as well. Mentoring is important in our community when we're talking about financial success. Not just financial success, but again, for this podcast, that's what we're focused on. You should have a mentor. A lot of people don't like sharing anything about our finances with anyone. We're very private that way. But you're going to have to open up a little bit because, again, remember my definition of what a mentor is a trusted, experienced individual. It has to be somebody that you trust. We all have someone that we can trust. And when I say trust, it doesn't mean you open up your, bank accounts to them and stuff like that. No, I mean, it's just someone you can gain advice from and learn from as you're growing. How do you find such a person? Well, look around you. They're probably already there. Typically, they're not the ones going to come to you and say, hey, I want to be a mentor. They're going to be waiting on you to come and say, I need you to give me some advice on such and such. And you listen to the advice they give. And if it's good advice, then that's the one you can get more advice from. If it's bad advice, well, there you go. That's probably not the mentor for you. But definitely around you, there will be one or two people who have the knowledge and experience that you're trying to attain. So yes, you typically have to seek out a mentor. I'll give you an example. When I started my company quite a while back, I opened up my mortgage business, and at that time, I didn't have any experience in it. And I was looking for mentors. That's what you should do. When you don't have experience in something, you look for those who do have that experience and learn from them and grow. And at that time, I was very surprised to find that no one wanted to help. No one wanted to give advice. They all saw me as a competitor, and so they wouldn't help. And so one particular event that I went to, I met this African-American couple, older couple, who had obviously been doing this for a while. They'd been in the mortgage business for a while. And I approached them and I talked to them about, assistance, helping me, that I was new to the business and stuff like that, and would appreciate if they would show me the ropes. I thought, if nothing else, in this community of mostly Caucasian brokers, these African Americans would have some kind of affinity for me and help me out. Well, guess what? They did not. They were even more unwilling to help than most of the others. I was truly taken aback. I was very surprised. I actually had to pay for a mentor. There was this awesome guy out in Colorado. He had a professional service for mentoring. Now, I don't recommend that. It's just that I had no other option. I didn't know anyone in the business. He had a course that he was giving, and during the course, he said he could mentor some folks, but we had to pay for it. So that's not a true mentor, but I took him as that. I flew out to Colorado to meet him. Awesome guy. And for several months, he did mentor me, show me the ropes and stuff like that. And when I was good enough to handle things on my own, I told him, thank you. That was enough. So that's the importance of a mentor. I actually had to pay for one to show me the things that the little nuances that you don't know when you're going into something new. So you are responsible for seeking out your mentor. Usually your mentors are busy, they're doing stuff, but they're happy to help you. And please note, a mentor is happy to help you for free. Okay, that's what a true mentor is. The example I gave was just showing on the flip side how important it is to have a mentor that on a particular thing you're trying to solve, that I even had to pay for one. But typically a true mentor, you don't have to pay for their services. They are also invested in you. They want to see your success. And that's how that partnership should work. I had another person who at one point in time wasn't truly a mentor, but he would have liked to see himself as my mentor. But every little progress that I made, he kind of attributed it to himself and wanted some financial benefit and had some claim on it. That's not truly a mentor. So I ended that relationship, pretty quickly. So you have to be careful. Don't let anyone take advantage of you, because them being your mentor does not mean they're your boss or your overlord or anything like that. They're just there to help and to guide you. But it's important to have people who have vested interest in you, who have been through a lot of what you've been through. And so you don't have to go through any of the mistakes that they have made. That's the whole point of having a mentor, to be able to avoid some of those mishaps that they have had in the past. I met an awesome man several years ago at a conference that I went to. He talked about letting God run your business for you and how to put God first in your business. And that was incredible for me. But going beyond that, I just spoke with him after the event and I said, I'd like to talk to him on a personal note later on. And he lives in Australia. He doesn't even live in the US. And from Australia, he called and he spent time with me explaining and going and talking through things. And we've met several times after that whenever he flies to the US and things like that. And he has become like a mentor to me as well. And he's super, super, super busy. So I'm the one who, if I need anything, I try not to bother him. But if I need anything, I can reach out. He runs many large businesses out there in Australia. So again, as busy as he is, he's always happy to hear me out if I need anything. And I'm the one to seek him out. He's not the one that needs to be finding out how I'm doing. I'm the one to let him know how I'm doing. That's the way it works when you have someone who is your mentor. And if you have a mentee, that is, if you are reaching out to someone and helping them along the way, if they have sought you out as well, because I have multiple people that I mentor as well, it's the same thing. They have to seek me out because I'm extremely busy. But whenever they call, I pick up. We have long conversations. They can ask me anything that they want. And I share all my knowledge as much as possible. I share everything that I know. I mean, if you called me today and you asked me anything on the millionaire race, on finances, on mortgages, on life, on children, on marriage, I'd be happy to share. And that's what we have to do. We have to share our knowledge. You know, in one of the previous episodes, we're talking about knowledge, learning stuff, continuing education. Now, what do we do with it? Apart from just work and we have to share it. Because the more educated, the more knowledgeable the people are around you, the better it is for you as well. As you take this journey, as you're learning about finances, as you're growing in your net worth, if you are blessed and fortunate enough to have a mentor to help continually guiding you, that would be great. If you can help someone else, that would be great as well. It makes running the race a lot easier. You know, even the Bible says in Proverbs 24 verse 6, it says, "For by wise counsel you will wage your own war, and in a multitude of counselors there is safety." By wise counsel you will wage your own war. That's whatever it is in front of you that you want to do. By wise counsel, you will do it the right way. And in a multitude of counselors, when you can bounce your ideas off people and stuff like that, there is safety. That's what the Bible says. Don't just go at it alone. Find trusted people around you who can give you good counsel, and they will help you win your war, win your battles. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." Oh yeah, there are many scriptures that talk about this. We have to help one another. We have to be helped, and we have to help. If you are helping others, others will help you as well. It's a cycle that goes round and round and round. Help others, and you will also be helped. It's important as a community for us to grow together. I remember when I first came to this country more than 25 years ago. Walking down the street, walking in stores, I'd walk by many people, but anytime I walked by an African-American man, he would look at me and nod or say some form of greeting, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, do I know him? But then I realized I didn't know any of these people. They were just acknowledging seeing me, which was fascinating. I still find it fascinating till this day. In fact, when I think of one of my favorite movies, Avatar, that's one of the things in there. One of their greetings is, "I see you." And that's exactly the same way when we walk down the street, we see each other. That's great. But let's do more than see each other. Let's help each other. Other demographics have parents who hand down not just finances, but knowledge to their children. Give them a leg up, teach them the way to handle the financial system. A lot of us don't have that. But if I pass that to all those I know and you do the same and they do the same, before you know it, we'll have a very financially literate demographic. That's what we need to do. As a community, it's not enough for us to succeed individually. We must grow collectively, and only then can we make a meaningful impact that will improve our experience as a whole. It's not enough that a very small percentage of us can say we're living the American dream while the rest of us are living in a nightmare of debt, poverty, continued struggles, you name it. We must help ourselves and help each other, because guess what? No one else is coming to help us. We must, and we can do it. With God on our side, we absolutely can. Get a mentor and be a mentor. That's how we're going to run and win the millionaire race together. My name is Toksio Gunyemi. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.